Can't go through your phone. You fucked up. And your phone full of holes. You fucked up. Try test fake no. You fucked up. Can't put on no show. You fucked up. Can't go through your phone. You fucked up. And your phone full of holes. You fucked up.
Run the track.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. We are back. Back for another live stream. Back for another video. You guys already know what to do on your way into the show. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check out the bell notification button. And yeah, all of that shit. You guys already know what to do. Big up everybody that's in here. I said we weren't going to be late. We were a little bit late, but only a little bit late. And yeah, we're streaming a bit earlier today, but it's because we're live with rants at 4 p.m. So this is the best time for me to get everything sorted. So we're here a little bit earlier than usual. Hopefully it suits a few of you guys. I have a feeling for the Americans, it might be a little bit too early. But for the Australians, big up. We caught you, man, just before bed. Plenty to get into in today's stream. Mason Mount is linked with Liverpool, linked with Newcastle. Apparently now he's linked with Arsenal. So we're going to get into that in today's video. Also, the whole stuff of him deleting Twitter. Was it because of the abuse or was it actually for other reasons? Because it wasn't for fucking abuse, even though half of the app wants to pretend it's for that. We're going to get into that anyway. What else? Pochettino is now looking like a potential front runner for the Chelsea job. And a lot of people are pissed off about that. Me? Not really. I don't really think it's as deep as people make it out to be. I don't think he's as bad of a coach as people make it out to be either. And in terms of the Tottenham connection, it's not deep. It's not deep at all. But we're going to get into all of it in today's video. Big up everybody that's locked in. Like and subscribe. Check out Jerseys FC down in the description below for all your best affordable football kits, like the third kit that I'm wearing right now, or the home kit. You can get for 20% off if you use the code CarefreeLewisG at checkout. You can even get a name on the back. They don't just do Chelsea kits, they do European kits as well. Get yourself the potential Champions League finalists in AC Milan and plenty of other clubs and countries as well, as you guys can see in here. So check it out, like, subscribe, And yeah, check out Jerseys FC, check out Flawless and Neil's tunes in the description below. Let's see what everybody is saying. Let's see what everyone's saying. Big up to Shavrinda. I'm doing well, my guy. I hope you're good. Big up to Mitchy Boy. Big up to Logic. Proud to be a Geordie. The Gathering just says, trust the process. I don't even know what the process is right now, but fair enough, my guy. What kind of mentality do we expect Pochettino to install in the club if he's hired? He doesn't seem to me as someone with that ruthless, aggressive, winning mentality edge. I mean, I would get that because of Tottenham, but he did win the league with PSG. You could say he couldn't handle the egos, but neither did Tuchel. And he came and won a Champions League with Chelsea in a few months. I think Pochettino's a good manager. Does well with young teams, as we've seen with Southampton, as we've seen with Spurs. Yeah, he didn't win anything with Tottenham, but neither did Mourinho and Conte, and they won trophies everywhere else they went. Tottenham is just a black hole for success. And the fact he managed to take that shit show to a UCL final and actually managed to make it look threatening for the first and only time in my life. I don't think he's a bad coach. I feel like a lot of the reasons why people don't want him is only because of the Tottenham background. Everyone wants to say, oh, it's like a Benitez. It's nothing like a Benitez. Benitez was slagging Chelsea off in the press. He had beef with Jose Mourinho in his prime. He was calling Didier Drogba a diver and all sorts of stuff. Like, there was genuine beef between Benitez and Chelsea. Poch? No. I don't even recall Poch having any negative quotes about Chelsea when he was at Tottenham. All Poch was the most dangerous manager we've seen in the Tottenham dugout. That's it. I don't think it's that deep at all. Big up to Mike, big up to Steve, big up to Vic saying Nagelsmann is not coming. It could be him or Poch. It'll be one or the other. Chelsea are just going through a series of talks for both managers. They're not rushing it. They've got no reason to rush it. Take your time. Take your time with it. Big up to everybody that's in here, though. Arpan, I did see this as well. We are now linked with Vincent Kompany. This one I'm not really here for. Kompany has only been managing for a year. He's not even managed in the Premier League. I get disciple of Pep and all of that. He does play very good football for Burnley. It's too early. It's too early for a jump up from Burnley to fucking Chelsea. Go spend a year in the Premier League with Burnley. Let's see how you do there, and then we'll make a decision. As for now, no, we're not doing it. We are not doing it. Big up to Ilias, though. Big up to Edits. Big up to Danish Maldini, Terrell Gunner. Arpan says, check Fabrizio. Has Fabrizio said anything? Let me have a quick look. More on Pochettino. Contacts are ongoing with Chelsea after the initial approach. In fact, let me just put up on the big screen. Does that work? Oh, that don't fucking work. Should I zoom in first? Yeah, I think that will do. There we go. Contacts are ongoing with Chelsea after initial approach, as reported yesterday. He's in the list. Poch was already contender for the job last summer to replace Tuchel and was in talks with the Chelsea board. Okay, so they've probably been looking at him for a while then. Fair enough. Well, it's just going to be Poch and Nagelsmann. Apparently talks have cooled with Enrique over the last few days. Vic, I'll get into that Mason Mount one in a little set. Tom Roddy says Nagelsmann, Kompany, Pochettino, and one other candidate. I guess we'll just be guessing who that other candidate is. But I don't mind Nagelsmann. I don't mind Poch. Kompany is a bit of a question mark to me. I think it's too early to go in for him. Just have to see who the other one is. Gotta see who the other one is. Goyam says, you motherfuckers drove my idol out of the club. Well, you're going to have to hold that, brother. You're going to have to hold that because Mason Mount is leaving. That brother is gone. Apparently, they went back into talks with Mason Mount again after the UCL exit, and they're still very far off terms. Apparently, he's already agreed terms with Liverpool. That's what Darko's saying. Darko's saying it's already been done. Poch would get chewed up and shit out by the fans after taking 1 L. Bumley can't catch any more smoke. Take him off the list. Again, though, this is all you've said is just Tottenham. We don't want him because he's ex-Tottenham. Couldn't give a shit. I'll be real, bro. It don't matter about that. He was a very good coach at Tottenham. Didn't win anything there, but nobody wins anything there. Do they have Barca Christensen jerseys? Yes, they do. They sent me one last week. So, yeah. Get yourself your AC jerseys. It's somewhere in my cupboard. I would bring it out, but I can't be asked to go look for it. I said they want Spursy in our DNA. It ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. Poch will get cooked worse than Scope on the stream. Lewis, do not wish this guy in the club. I don't wish it, but if Vivell wants him, go for him. I don't really have any issues with it. I don't have any issues with it. I've seen way worse than fucking Poch. And Poch is the best I've seen at Spurs. Yeah, if man wants to leave, he'd go Liverpool, Newcastle. Those are two clubs he's linked with. That and now Arsenal. Imagine if Poch got slapped by Spuds at home while managing Chelsea. Imagine if Poch slapped Spurs at home while managing Chelsea. I can imagine both, bro. The difference is we've only lost one game at home to Tottenham, even in spite of all the shit squads that we've had recently. Hell, the only team we lost to was a Poch team. See, it doesn't work, bro. If the only argument is that he's ex-Spurs, it's a poor argument. Because it's got nothing to do with his football or his tactics or his game management. You can question the mentality, fair enough, but he didn't win nothing at Ligue 1. He won Ligue 1 with PSG. So, yeah. I don't see a problem with it. I really don't see an issue with it. Man said, Lewis, do you want Emery as manager? Emery's not going anywhere anyway, but no. I remember towards the end of the Arsenal reign, they were conceding about as many shots as Lampard's doing right now. It was like 20, 30 a game or something crazy. He's a good manager. Emery's a good manager. But I don't know. I have a few more question marks. Actually, to be honest, I wouldn't even mind too much, but yeah, I don't think we're going to go in for him anyway. Yeah, what's his name? Enrique's done, I think. I don't think we're going to go back in for him. I don't think we go back in for him. Pies to everyone's saying pies to. All right, let me just go through the rest of these comments and I'll have a look. Oh, it's about Rafinha. I did see this. Let me get pies up on the screen. Oh, no, it's from Felix. It's Felix Johnson. It's not from Pies. Chelsea maintain a heavy interest from last summer in Rafinha. Deco is key and has been in constant contact with Chelsea's technical director since January. Barcelona need to sell players and Rafinha would be a sellable asset. Interesting. From what I've heard, he's been having a mixed season at Barcelona. I know he didn't have a good World Cup either. His price tag would have to be a bit lower for Chelsea to consider it, I think. Couldn't be put in the same 55, 60 million that we were trying to put on the table. It would have to be a little bit lower. But we'll see how that story develops. You don't talk about EPL experience with Poch, but that was back then. Now teams are better coaches and not weak anymore. Other than Arteta, maybe De Zerbi. Like, who else? I don't know. Like, I feel like that comment is just saying, oh, Poch is washed now. It's hard to tell. Really hard to tell. Would you not consider taking Jose back, Lewis? I think that's just a match made in hell, personally. Yeah, personally not. New Felix Johnson tweet plus Sterling leaving. Sterling's going. Where is this? Understand Chelsea plan for a striker this summer is one elite level and young prospect. Told names on the striker list include Osimhen, Savić, Goncalo Ramos, Lautaro Martinez, Jonathan David, and Kolo Muani. Ivan Toney's future ban makes him not an option at this point. That is a real shame. That's actually heartbreaking. Osimhen, Savić, Goncalo Ramos, cool with that. Martinez, I've heard mixed things about. Jonathan David, I need to do a bit more research on. Kolo Muani looks like a good talent. I think Bayern said he relies too heavily on space, although it is a little bit early for that. But he looks very good on the ball. Good hold-up play, good link-up play. DK, appreciate the donation, my brother. Appreciate the donation. Warrior, I'm always ill. I'm just always ill. Mateo Kovacic's representatives travelled to London to hold the first round of negotiations with City. Looks like City are really trying to push for him now. Apparently, they spoke about Mount a little bit in those discussions too. Because I remember seeing a Mount link to City like a day or two ago. Fourth candidate to make into the final shortlist for the Chelsea job is liked and respected, but yet to be revealed. That helps. That helps a lot. I'll check the second tweet. What's the second tweet? Chelsea are open to selling Sterling, Pulisic, and Ziyech this summer. Raw, we're selling Sterling already. Ha! That is crazy. Let me get that one up on the big screen. Okay, so yeah, that's three players that could potentially play on the right. I could see why we're in for Rafinha then. Chelsea want exchange transfers this summer. Pulisic interest from Juve. Potential part exchange with Savić. That could work, maybe in two separate deals. And Sterling has interest from Real Madrid. Real Madrid want Raheem Sterling, allegedly. That is a new one. That is a new one. Yeah, bare people are saying don't go near Lautaro. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Yes, Sterling has interest from Madrid. DK, appreciate that as well, my guy. Big up, brother. Let me just check. That is mad. What the fuck are Madrid doing interested in him, bro? I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing. If you want to put the money in, go for it. Go for it. I ain't got no issues with that one. That's surprising. Lot of news popping out over the last 20 or so minutes. I saw Pies as well tweet that Arsenal have some interest in Mason Mount. Charles Watts reports that Mason Mount is being discussed at Arsenal, with talks being held over his availability. Lots of English clubs are looking for Mason Mount. Apparently, Liverpool have already agreed terms with him. Felix also reported on Mount last night. I'm going to get that on the big screen as well. Bear with me for a sec, because there's just a lot. There's a lot coming out right now. Pause. Yeah, that was a bit of a pause. Where is it? There we go. Understand talks with Mason Mount have restarted after the UCL exit, but there is still a big gap between parties. Just pulled up on the screen for you as well. Chelsea need big cuts and see Mount's demands as simply too much. Mount has had direct conversation with Liverpool, and Liverpool officially declared interest in Mount to Chelsea. Darko's reported that they've already agreed terms. Craig Hopes reported that Newcastle made an inquiry for Chelsea's midfielder Mason Mount, but the numbers involved are prohibitive because of financial fair play and the desire to protect their current salary model. An asking price of 80 million and weekly wages of at least 250k have been quoted for Mount. That is crazy. But that I also don't believe, because I don't believe Liverpool are offering that much to him. Liverpool must be offering less. Because 250 for Mount is a fucking madness. I don't think any club's doing that. 80 million for Mason Mount, even with English tax, with a year left on your contract, is mad. I don't think that's happening either. I could see around 50 to 70. I could see that. But yeah, we could have, actually, tell a lie, because we could have a little bit of a bidding war on our hands. You've got Arsenal creeping. You've got Newcastle, Liverpool, Man City. Apparently, Man United are interested as well. There's a bidding war. And this just makes it more likely to me that Mount is leaving because we do still need to raise some funds. And it's going to be Cobham graduates that are most likely to get sold because they're just straight profit. This Cobham graduate is going for the most money with a year left on his contract, and he doesn't look like he's going to re-sign. 2 birds, 1 stone. Mason Mount is probably gone in the summer. It is what it is. If anything, that's the reason why I think he left Twitter. Because I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, it's because of too much abuse and shit like that. Realistically, if Mount was leaving for that reason, he would have left Twitter a long time ago. Why is it on the day that they're getting rid of those legacy blue ticks and everything? Like, if anything, I think Mount was getting way more abuse in the first half of the season when he was playing regularly. Mount has barely featured other than off the bench in the last 3 games. He's not really as big of a topic as he used to be. So I don't think he's getting as much abuse. So if that's the reason, it doesn't make sense. I think he's either working on his move and he wants to leave Twitter and escape the potential criticism that's coming his way when the move goes through, or it is just because of the blue tick. It's one or the other. But I don't believe he's left because of too much abuse or anything like that, because he's not starting. I don't think he's being spoken about as much. He is still a topic, but he isn't as big of a topic as he once was. It doesn't make sense. I think that's just a load of BS from people just trying to make a point about criticizing Mount too much. And I think it's just a load of waffle. It's a load of fucking waffle. Yeah, Warrior, I called Flawless at 2-0 down. Told me I had to hold that. But big up Flawless. We should have done the back again pod today. It would have been fucking hilarious. Madrid fans about to have a lot worse nicknames than Rimjob, Black Timo, and the Arch. Fucking crazy, bro. DK saying new Darko tweet also bidding war for Pound. Darko's tweeting now. What is he saying? What is Darko saying? I know his name's Agent D, isn't it? That's a crazy name. Don't see any tweet on Mount. Yeah, I don't see any tweet on Mount. But save for the donation, bro. Exactly, bro. Oh, man saying you don't understand how stupid FSG are. Hey, if you don't want to put 80 million and 250k towards Mason Mount, be my guest. Be my guest. Put another 20 million, we'll give you Gallagher for free. I said Kova, Bernardo, Silva swap. Oh, yeah, I'd be down for that. United don't want Mount. United are linked with Mount. And the profile of Mount, I could understand. I think it suits Manchester United personally. They need a pressing 10. Is Mount the guy that they need? Probably not. But they need the profile. So I could see that. I could see that. What do you think about Kvaratskhelia? Get him at any price, but we won't get him. He won't get him. I said his entourage told him to leave Twitter. I agree. I don't believe he left because of abuse. You could say maybe the blue tick and everything is like a smoke screen for a bigger reason, but I don't believe the reason is because he was getting too much abuse. Because if that was the case, he would have left months ago when he was getting way more. Doesn't make sense. Still not right, he gets abuse. I agree. No one's saying it's right. I'm just saying I don't believe that's the reason why he left. I don't think that's the reason. Man said 100 million for Mount. God willing. God willing. Yeah, bro, that Player of the Season award is a load of arse. It's a fan vote. Last season, they just proved that Player of the Season is not about who's actually your best player. It's about who's the fan favorite. Because I don't know how the fuck Mount won that. How it wasn't a defender, I'll never know. Because no attacker should have touched that. No attacker should have touched that. If Mount's so special, keep the Ute Lewis, we win. No. We've already had our minerals. It's you guys' turn. We're sending those minerals up north. Yeah, Jafar, like, it's been dead talking about Mount. I barely even mentioned him recently because he barely plays. I don't see him in the squad anymore, so he's not annoying me. The contract talks have just been a revolving circle of the same shit. It's done. I think Mount's just leaving. That's just it. It's done. It's finished. It's done, and we move on. Mason Mount is gone. That's the way I see it. I think it's done. Hell, yeah, you're right. Maybe his team does run it because it didn't look like Mason Mount was the one that actually made that last tweet saying he was leaving. Because it sounded like they were talking in the third person. So it could just even be a PR team. Maybe the PR team's had enough of being criticised. I don't know. I don't even know. I said he left because of them stalking him. That's crazy. That is crazy. No club in their right state of mind would pay 100 million for Mount and Gallagher. I know, but Liverpool aren't in their right state of mind. They're in their roadrunner bag. So if you need roadrunners, you know where to go to. West London. We got plenty of roadrunners for you. I said packet of crisps on a train ticket. Off he goes. Crazy. Do you think we'll add a buyback? Nope. Because I don't think that would make sense for an English rival to buy someone from another English club with a buyback clause. I don't think that would happen. It'll be a straight sale. I think it'll just be to Liverpool. He'll be gone. Hey, tell that to the Mount stands because they'll make any excuse to cry and moan and say that their guy is a victim. In reality, there's just a victim hive. It's called the Mount Hive. It's just dead. Mount is our own, but he's going to be gone. He's going to be gone. He's going to be gone. Since they're taking Mount and Gallagher, they can take Ziyech. Apparently, Enrique really wanted to keep Ziyech. That was one thing I saw from the article about Pochettino. What is there anything else on there? It's understood Pochettino's held more than one round of talks with Chelsea. Further talks with Naglesmann to be held. Chelsea taking note of the fact that Pochettino overachieved at Spurs, almost winning the Premier League title and reaching the final of the UCL with a young team. He's the coach who best managed his relationship with Tottenham chairman Levy. That line I don't like. Owners do not want to rush into deciding a new head coach. The fact that Nagelsmann is 35 and never worked in the Premier League presents a potential risk. I don't think that's a risk though, because he's worked at the top level and he's won an elite trophy. He's won the Bundesliga like last year. Even had a good win-loss record with Leipzig and with Bayern. Personally, I think he's a good manager, but it's whatever one they want. Pick Nagelsmann, pick Pochettino, I don't care. Whoever Vivell wants, we go for. All we've said is let Todd Bowley step aside and let the footballing minds take over and make their own decisions. If they're going to make their decisions, we can't be sitting here saying, no, this is the bad move. It's going to kill Chelsea, all of that crap. No, we have to have some sort of faith. Whichever one they want to go for, even if it's company, which will be like, why? I don't understand that. You got to have some faith in these guys. Because if not, then what's even the point? Why are you going to call for them to take over? I feel like a lot of us want footballing voices, but we want those footballing voices to be in sync with us and what we want. So one thing I've noticed a lot. Your opinion on maybe a swap with City, Alvarez for Kovacic? Not in the right positions, but still, yes. Yes, give me Alvarez every day of the week. Every day. Realistically, who do you want at strike, DM and goalkeeper? Lavia, Magnon, or Raya, or that Valencia keeper. I'm not really too fast. And up front, I want Tony. Would you take Hazard back just like we did with Drogba? He just as a mascot at this point. Just bring Hazard back as a mascot. I don't care. Yeah, Brendan, I saw companies on the shortlist as well, but I don't think that will happen, and I would be very concerned if it did happen. But have to back Vivell. Have to back Vivell. Vic, I did see that. That was a good move. That was a really good play by Declan Rice. Shame he won't be going Chelsea. That's going to be in an Arsenal shirt next year. The Shed and Matthew Harding will not eat Pochettino alive. It's not that deep. It's really not that deep. Poch has never said anything anti-Chelsea when he was a Tottenham manager. He was just a rival. That was it. I don't think it's that deep. I genuinely think if Poch was to join Chelsea, he'd get given a good reception initially. I don't think they'd be booing him or doing a Benitez like a lot of people are trying to say. I don't think it's like that. I really don't. Vivell and Winstanley wants Naglesmann, so why are we linked with Poch? Because of Bowley. That's not even been reported yet, though. For all you know, they're just assessing all of their options. Like, we've had more than one round of talks with him. I don't know. No one's reported that. Nobody's reported that. If we're trusting in Vivell, what happens when the player you don't like gets a new deal like Mount or Havertz? Well, we're not going to say Vivell out. I'm not going to agree with it, but whatever. Sit there and we back it. See how they do. If they're shit, push to sell them. It won't make a difference. I'm not going to see them re-sign Mount and be like, get Vivell out of my football club. What is this? No. You'll be like, fair enough. That's what you wanted to do. That's what you wanted to do. Let's hope he turns things around and let's hope he performs a lot better. I'm not going to be fuming because of that. Pies makes out the match-going fan, so I've got plenty of time for Pies. Me and him are cool. I do want to find out why he specifically doesn't fuck with Pochettino like that, because he definitely doesn't. But yeah. Lewis, your tweets back in Twitter. I bet they are. Do you want to know why? Because he was a Tottenham manager. As soon as I got my account back, like, you know, the big one, not the smaller account, pause. As soon as I got that, I was just scrolling through my tweets, just deleting Aubameyang slander. I had like 3 years worth of it. Do you want to know why? Because he was a rival and he can hold that. If Pochettino joins Chelsea, he ain't no rival anymore. But yeah, the game is the game, bro. The game is the game. Come on, man. What else? Yeah, a lot of people saying Doku makes sense. I agree though. Like, if he would want to re-sign Mount or Havertz, go for it. Go for it. We have to trust these guys, even if they're making decisions that you don't necessarily agree with from a footballing perspective. They know more about the sport than you do, or me. So it is what it is. Apparently, they do want to re-sign Havertz. Mount, like, I don't think that's going to work out. There's apparently too much of a gap between what Mount wants and what Chelsea wants. Havertz, they're looking to try and re-sign him. I don't necessarily agree with it. You guys already know my take on that. But if they want to do it, whatever in it. Like, we can't be hypocritical about it. So it is what it is. Oh, it's Darker Power, another tweet. Let me check this one out and then I'll send the link out. There's no new Darko tweet. Oh, he's just confirming company's been added to the list. That's it. That's it. People trying to find consistency in fans. Exactly, bruv. Like, come on. Like, I wanted Aubameyang at Chelsea because I knew he was a good finisher. I still was calling him a bum every week at Arsenal. Do you want to know why? Because he was at Arsenal, and fuck Arsenal, and they were shit then. So I can run that slander. Come on, man. The game is the game. The game is the fucking game, bruv. Felix Johnson tweet. Okay. Let me have a look at this one, and then I'll send the link out. Actually a new one, or... No, it's the same stuff. Same stuff. But about the strikers and all of that. I'll save that one anyway. You think the competition gusto provides James gives him that push to step it up at another level again? Yeah, but I think he just needs a bit of rest first and foremost. That's also what gusto does. Gives him some rest. Because we don't have to over-rely on James like we've been doing for the last 3 years. I like Sterling. Havertz is actually the kind of players you could put good players around and get the best of. In my opinion, he's the only one who looked like he belonged against Madrid. Yeah, he was good against Madrid. Thought he had good link-up play, pressed well, did the best he could with fuck all service. I could understand what you're saying if I could see that a little bit more consistently. But yeah, for me, no. But I get what you're saying. He had a good game. He did have a good game. Anything else? Well, what's the like saying? Come on, guys. 90 likes and there's 400 of you lot in here. What is this? What is this, guys? Hit the like button. Hit the like. But yeah. Yes. Yeah. See what everyone's saying. I'm going to send the link out. Yeah, that's the thing. If it was more consistent, you wouldn't say nothing negative. I wouldn't say nothing negative. We'd probably all be running the generational hype and all of that crap. I get your stance though, because like compared to Sterling, it's like he ain't been good this season. My only thing though is like Sterling at least has done it before. I can at least say that I've seen him with better players around more consistently. But yeah, we're not going to do a Sterling debate because that brother's not been good enough. And yeah, really starting to run out of patience. Let's see what everybody's saying though. Link is going out. On a guarantee I don't miss your comment, as always, hit the like button, hit the super chat button, hit the like button as well if you want to do that. That would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, we're going to be live for the next hour and a half. And then we're going to be on Rant's channel. Cool. I think that's everyone. Yes, guys. What are you man saying?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother. Good morning, bro. And on in the evening, or is it just those two? Oh, all right, cool. Right. So Pochettino. What's everyone feeling about Pochettino to the Chelsea?
I don't think it's actually links or anything. I think it's just.
I want to hear Fatah's. Sorry, I want to hear Fatah's legitimate.
Andrew.
No, shut up. Shut up. I want to hear your legitimate football reasons by not mentioning that he's a former Spurs manager. Give me. There we go. Give me your legitimate reasons you don't want Poch by not mentioning he's a former Spurs manager.
I don't think it's that good, you know. And I just think that, look, all jokes aside, I think it would be another Benitez.
Why is that?
No, what's he said bad about Spurs? What has he said bad about Chelsea in the past?
No, the thing is, right, he is right in terms it will be another Benitez, but the reason it'll be another Benitez is because he's a former Spurs manager.
Yeah, that's what it is. You lot who
That's all
don't want Pochettino, you can't legitimately tell me why you don't want him. And remember, his CV is very similar to Thomas Tuchel before he joined Chelsea. And actually, his CV is more. Apart from one German Cup, the German Cup, that's it.
Didn't he
And
fail
actually,
to win the league with PSG one season?
Yeah, he did.
Coming halfway through the season, yeah. And also, actually, his CV is more impressive because he got Spurs to a Champions League final and actually should have won it. So,
Yeah.
I'd say
And
his
he couldn't
CV
won it.
is more similar to Nagelsmann. Like him and Nagelsmann have basically like the same
it's
CV.
more similar to Scott. It's more similar. It's similar to
It's
Tuchel
more
than you
similar
think.
to
man.
Nagelsmann if you think about it.
It's
Not
similar to Tuchel.
trophy-wise.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
talking about
they took-
style-wise.
So, someone like just in terms of his CV, someone mentioned on Twitter last night, like they both took a relegation threatened club and took them to the heights of challenging for Europe. They then went to a big team, a biggish team in their league, and made them perennial top 4 contenders or around top of the table, and then went to a big team, like a big ego club that was a bit too much for them, and still had relative success. Like they're both got fairly similar paths, like him and Nagelsmann.
True.
I think it's non-existent. That's not a comment. I think people just try to. I think it's a press. I think press makes it look like we are legitimately looking around and stuff like that.
I was just looking online and stuff. They reckon the final 4 candidates are Vincent Kompany, Luis Enrique, Poch, and Nagelsmann.
Yeah, I don't. There is no final 4. There has always been apparently one.
Nagelsmann.
It's always been him, and just I don't think it's. I will be seriously surprised if we
didn't Tuchel inherited that PSG team.
Say again.
Didn't Tuchel inherited that PSG team in 2019?
Tuchel?
No, he
From
took
Poch.
over from
He
Emery.
took over. Yeah.
Took over from Emery in 2018.
Yeah, Poch inherited his team.
Yeah, Poch inherited.
Oh, the other way around.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm surprised.
Poch was
You,
never
like,
I'm
gonna work
surprised
in PSG
that
for
you
me.
got that wrong. I'm really
I
surprised.
was
you
going
got
to
that
say,
wrong.
like, also the team he inherited were 1 point off the top of the table,
Poch
and they
loves a
finished
high press energy team.
1
And
point off the top of the table.
Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar.
Allow
are
me,
gonna be
self.
pressing.
I need peace for this day, man.
You should have come out and said what you said then.
I need to see a peace.
I think the slightly difference between Poch and what you just said, that Poch likes likes the high press game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a high press game. I think Poch different between Tuchel was one thing. Poch does not like the what's the name play.
He don't like slow possession.
The what?
He doesn't like slow possession like Tuchel did.
No. I'm talking about Tuchel likes the high press game, just high press style, just like every German manager, or including wasn't the problem with Tuchel, the way he sets up in the offensive. He likes the creative players to do their job. You see what I'm saying? But like individual, he's more individual. Poch likes to set up the forwards specific way and no changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you just look at how he played that, what's his name, at Tottenham, he does not allow specific ways for specific players to change of course. Neymar, Messi cannot operate in those kind of levels.
No, exactly.
They have to have a freedom to express themselves in the final third. And I think that's the Poch's problem, that those kind of players, if you think about it, Neymar is one of those creative players. He has to go with the flow the way he likes in the moment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same with Messi. You know they're on that side, but it's not like you know what they're going to do right after we get the ball. Because sometimes Neymar is in the center, sometimes Neymar is as a striker. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the position of the game. Poch, I don't think Poch likes that, based on what I know how he managed Spurs. Because when he's at Spurs, Every forward had their position on the field specifically when they had the ball, and watch one of them did. Another thing that I like the Poch likes the physical, demanding midfielder. If you remember what's his name, first of all was actually
Wanyama, didn't he?
Wanyama. Then
Chocolate
who was beside
midfielders.
him?
Just say it, Alex. Chocolate midfielders, baby.
He had
Say it.
Wanyama and
Yeah,
Dembele.
yeah. Well, I can't. I
I'll
have a
say it
wrong.
for you. I'll say
Dembele
it.
was
I
up
had
on top, wasn't it?
I have a wrong pigment on my skin to say
Yeah.
those, but
Chocolate midfielders, baby.
yeah. No. That Belgium guy. I know. What's his
Dembele.
name?
What, Dembele?
Dembele.
Dembele.
Mm-hmm.
He likes the physical midfield, and he likes the angles of the game. He likes angles more than he likes free bird. That's one thing I didn't like from Thomas Tuchel, because to find those individual creative players that can beat the player and find the goal, it's seriously you have to find the Hazard every time in your team. You have to have the players like Neymar, like Hazard in your team to be successful with him. You remember?
Yeah,
That's the
our
biggest
attackers
problem.
need direction, man. I know exactly what Alex is saying. You can't leave it up to them. You see what happens when we leave it up to them. We look like
Exactly.
a calamity. We look like a calamity in the final third because
Yeah.
all those guys need direction.
Yeah, because look at what happens when you give Kai Havertz a freedom to express himself.
He looks like a
Express
donkey.
himself. Exactly. He expressed himself like a donkey, and I think we need somebody that actually.
Yeah, because Tuchel's system got us to the final third. Then he wanted the attackers to then go and
Yeah.
do it. But then,
Yeah.
like we,
Yeah.
But those guys don't have the talent to
yeah, exactly.
to mesh. And look how long look how many games Havertz and Mount and those guys played together, and they can never mesh. You know what I mean? If you have real talented individual players, after a few amount of games, they're gonna know. Okay, he's gonna be here. He likes to go there. He likes to go there. Let me put it here. Like we never have that connection. Never.
Yeah, this is why we always look like we're out of sync in the final third. You know what I'm saying? So
It looked like the guys met like 5 minutes before the kickoff.
yeah. Yeah, Josh, we need Casemiro. Exactly. We missed the final piece of Casemiro.
Leave me alone.
Ah.
I think another thing though is I'll keep seeing is Chelsea fans saying, but look how it ended at Tottenham. But if you remember at Tottenham, they never backed him, and that team got old. They didn't replace like Alderweireld at the back and stuff like that, and that team just got old. If he actually would have got financially backing that season, I think he could have won the league with that Tottenham squad he had.
I mean, let's be honest. Any manager that doesn't have a job right now, can't you say, look how it ended at, and then
Exactly
fill his
right.
name?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't usually end well. Usually when you're getting fired, it doesn't
Sacked
mean
for a
you're
reason,
doing
aren't
great. Yeah, so it's like,
Well, if you see the difference, what's happening from Poch, and believe me, I do not think Poch needs to come to Chelsea, because there's not football reason for him to be a manager at Chelsea. The reason, if he will not start succeeding, and if within 3-4 months, it will be quicker crowd turnaround, and it will be on him.
Because they already have him as a loser. Yep.
That's the only worry, yeah.
There's going to be more pressure on him than any other manager.
on him than
Any other manager. Yep.
Yeah,
every other manager.
that's the only reason.
You've got more queued up waiting for him to fail, haven't you? That's the trouble.
Yep. Yeah. Another thing, if people don't realize, the reason why teams don't succeed, it's sometimes when the managers requested too much power at the club. When the manager requests too much power from the signings and stuff, it becomes
seriously.
It becomes, what's his name? Like how you say it? Like people saying it like, oh, his favorite players. You know what I'm saying? He can't let them go because he trusted them with him so long.
Yeah, because he brought them in. He
brought them in. They suited for him in the beginning, and when it's time to go for them, manager, it's hard for him to let them go. This is exactly what happens when at Liverpool.
I was about to say that's the problem with Klopp. I was just about to say that.
Habibi.
So
the
what
problem.
I'm saying,
I was going to say, like, Klopp has done as much damage to that football club as he has.
Good.
Like,
Yeah.
This is good.
All
Exactly
all
the
the good
same
he
thing.
did with the players he brought in, he did just as bad not letting them go.
Oh,
Well,
it's like
Based on
Henderson,
he was
reports,
directly
Jimmy,
responsible.
he didn't.
He's directly responsible for 2 separate directors of football walking out. He's directly responsible for if
Yeah.
James Milner signs a contract extension, he'll be directly responsible for that.
Yeah. And he actually keeps playing them. That's the funny shit.
Yeah.
Well, this is how managers like I said, when those managers that demand specific players, specific names, it's hard for them to let them go at the end of their career. People don't get it, but it's a big
It's
part of it.
sentimental. Yeah.
It's a sentimental thing.
It's a
It's like
sentimental
he
thing,
brought
yeah.
me, like he got me the same amount of success
Yeah.
as I did with him. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's
Yeah,
built
it's
that
like when
trust.
Ziyech leaves Chelsea, same thing.
Nah,
Yeah,
bro.
let's
chill.
not
Oh
go on
my
the stream,
goodness.
man. We started so well, Wolf. Jimmy Wolf, his normal voice without screaming. Me without normal voice
I'm
without
not gonna
screaming.
scream at Habibi, not
I
today.
well,
Not
it's
today.
always time. It's
Why
always
not,
time,
man?
Jimmy.
Yo, Lewis, what you
Besides,
said me
I'm-
earlier, bro, that better be fake. That
What
better
about
be fake.
Enrique wanting Ziyech?
Yeah, that better be
That's
fake.
why Enrique's not nominated for the job no more.
Well, Bowley, when I catch you, Bowley, when I catch you, bro, you better be not lacking
Yo,
outside
calm
Stamford
down.
Bridge.
Did you have some
Nah,
chicken
man,
this
you and your
morning?
shit Chelsea security guards. When I catch you, Bowley, bro.
They'll smash you and
Be
turn you into a
careful, bro.
cube, man. Shut up.
Nah,
Let's move on.
be careful, Bowley, bro. You and your
Always
shit
be careful about
security
you.
guards.
It's like stepping on a mouse. Let's go move
Oh
on.
my,
man. Let's
Andrew,
move on.
you're gonna be there to back me up, Andrew.
my
I'm back
security-
up.
I ain't gonna be. I'm gonna throw you to the wolves,
I'm not
man.
gonna be there, man. What are you on about? What,
Exactly.
tomorrow?
Nah, Bowley, when I catch you, bro, what's wrong with this guy? Rejecting
Nah,
You
you
ain't
today.
catching nothing, man.
On
You
your-
know
Nah,
what,
man, he's pissed me off today, bro.
All
Ego's
you're doing is
pissing me
catching
off.
strays on this stream, man. That's all you're doing.
Nah, man, how can you reject Enrique because of that kind of stuff, man? What a new.
You should shoot him out. Shoot him out of a cannon for wanting Ziyech.
He's
in
a
this.
bloody bot. We call him bot, man. He's a bot.
Hey, Ziad, he lives in Surrey anyway, so you might as well pop in.
No, I don't need to go to Surrey, man. He comes outside Stamford Bridge after every game, man. I'll catch him. Him and his shit Chelsea security
Well,
guard. Bro.
he's literally in Cobham right now, just addressing some stuff. So
Fucking idiot, bro. Spends an hour in the changing room to do what, bro? Clown. He's a clown, bro.
Probably just smack Ziyech in the face. That'd be probably good.
Ziyech will bitch slap him, bro. Don't fuck with Ziyech. You should know that.
But
Emerson
you're
Royal
right.
knows
He
that,
is.
bro.
Ziyech is
No,
a bitch.
Emerson
So
Royal
he is
knows
bitch
that, bro.
slapping. You're right. Yeah.
No, Emerson
Don't look
Royal
at me,
knows
I'm
that,
not-
man. Got one
look
little
at me.
bitch slap and fell to the ground.
That's right. Ziyech is a bitch. So Bodie's bitch slapping. You're right. It's all good.
Hey.
No. Emerson Royal got bitch slapped. That's what he knows about that,
Let's
man.
move on, man. We've entertained this child for long enough. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's go Royal Rumble, Andrew, man.
No, it's okay. I'm fine. Let's move on.
Who do you guys think the fourth managers?
I think it's still Enrique. That's ninth. I do personally, but
You still think Enrique is in the
No, I mean,
mix?
I don't think he's in the mix. But when you got all these journalists saying, "Oh, there's still 4 managers," I think they're still just counting Enrique as like an outsider. I believe, like you said, Alex.
Are those
I still
the same
think-
managers that give Frank like a little like a hope that he might will sign a long contract? That's what the links you're talking about.
declared?
Because
in
I
it,
remember there was a links there too.
I still think it's
I
Nagelsmann.
seriously think why people refusing to see this the how you say it the way like the firing manager German what's his name Potter got sacked 2 days right after the Vavel got sacked. Why people refuse to see that? Why people refuse to see that we're gonna file the temporary until the summer, knowing that Naglesmann still has salary paid by what's his name, by Bayern. Why people refusing it? Why people refuse to see
Because
that?
they don't read.
Well, they read, but they read the wrong.
That's all
papers,
they,
apparently.
they don't read. They
Reading
just,
is so overrated, Andrew.
they don't
I
read.
rather
Oh
just
yeah.
look at the picture.
I see.
It's
People know the
headline. They
ABDs.
read the
People know the
headline.
ABDs. That's
Yeah.
what they.
They read the headline. They don't read the story underneath it. It's like when
The
they go.
letters are
people
too
go
small.
yeah,
the
it's like
letters
when they
are too
go.
small.
When they go. Well, look, Bowley out. You do know, and I'll say this again. To take over this club, they signed a deal where they can't sell it for 10 years, right? And if they do try and sell it, it's probably a huge financial penalty they have to pay to probably even sell it.
Well, get
So
rid
this
of
like
Bowley
thing
doesn't
about-
mean that get rid of sell the club because he's the minority.
No,
of
no,
the
but what I'm
ownership
saying
in
is
it.
it's like get the owners out or something like this. It's like, dude, They can't sell it for 10 years at least, all right? It's a waste of energy. Focus on other things. You know what I mean?
I don't think the owners have done as bad as people are saying anyway.
No, me either.
Of course they haven't, but it's just natural. They knew
Even I
owners.
don't, and I usually the
They're
one that
gonna get
quickest-
slack. It's natural. They knew. It's just how it is.
Listen,
made the
we
mistake.
are. It's a blame. Listen, football is a blame culture. Okay, when you're not doing well. Okay, it's a blame
Exactly.
culture. Okay,
Blame everybody.
It's easy to blame because let's be real, right? They own the club. That the buck stops with them. They hire the coaches who train the players who are not doing well. It goes up. You know what I mean? It goes up. It's who's to blame when the manager's now gone? It's the owners. Bowley's the face of the ownership, so he gets the most flack. He gets the most abuse.
But you know what is, Andrew?
The only problem with Bowley, he's the one that forces his face.
Yes, exactly,
all
and that's
over
what. Yeah, exactly. So
This is his problem. He needs to be a little bit like Roman, and like
you want to be the face, then you take everything.
don't be in every picture of Chelsea. Like, don't be in everywhere. Like, you don't have to say stupid stuff.
But
like
that comes
3-0.
back to the winning thing.
It's
I
all
think
like-
y'all should stop saying he should be like Roman. Like we talking
No,
about.
no,
two
not like
different-
Roman. Like, not be in the every tabloid.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying like this: if we were winning, nobody would
That's what
care
I was
what
about to
Bowley's
say.
doing.
That's what I was about to say.
So it's like I think we just that's to me that's nitpicking.
Fairs,
'Cause
yeah.
If they was winning,
Fairs,
nobody
yeah.
wouldn't even be paying him no mind. It's
I
because
agree,
they're
I
not
agree.
losing. It's because they losing.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Because if you really analyze it, most of the teams, their owners are at the games and they're there. They just don't put the camera on them because we're shit right now, and we're playing bad.
I'll
and here's in
blame
the headline.
Hollywood. I'll blame California for that.
Well, I mean,
There is no
yeah.
such a thing as the bad news in California. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get exposure on any kinds of
Yeah,
thing.
all news is good news.
All
Yeah,
news is good
Yeah.
news. But
All
one
news is
thing,
good news.
if people saying that like we're not like we're gonna get a hit no matter what, if it's a Pavel or if the Naglesmann or it's gonna be what's his name, Enrique Iglesias. Look,
Yeah,
Johnny is already
pick
crying.
it apart. Yeah.
Johnny is already crying. So the rumors that what's his name is Enrique is not in the picture anymore and he's not considered for the manager. It's it, man. All those fans that was number one manager was Enrique Iglesias.
They're gonna
Can't
complain
wait for
about whoever
Nagelsmann
comes
to. Can't wait for Nagelsmann
They got their pitchforks ready.
to crash, just so for them to say, "I told you so."
in. I told you
'Cause
so.
that's,
Yeah.
I told you so. It's so powerful within millennials. Like that proves that. Oh, I never wrote the book, but I'm right about that.
Millennials and wives. That's who love that shit. I told you so.
He's also loyal.
And wives, you know.
But look, at least they're doing the right thing and taking their time and narrowing down to one or
I
two
definitely
people.
agree with
Yeah,
that.
but see,
You know-
yeah, you
you
still
know,
say
but
you're
you don't
going
run
in
No,
the
but
that
fuck it, you
high
had
anyway,
like
so-
people like what's his name over there, Mr. Poch in, yeah, with that whatever that app
Josh,
is.
that's brilliant,
Yeah.
actually.
That guy there, you were like, oh my
Yeah.
god, bring him now. No Lampard now. We want the manager now. No, Andrew. Okay, no. We need to take our time. Find the right person.
All right.
Right.
Seeing as it's a Friday, fuck you. That's first of all. Yeah. And you know what? I'm just saying, announce the manager. All right. Announce.
How can
the
they announce
manager.
someone if they don't know? Who
I
it
think
is?
it's
Well,
a
no,
legal thing.
that's the thing. I think that's why I don't believe it's Poch. My thing about Poch in is just the
Oh.
ridiculous reaction of this fan base because it's 99.9% because he's just a Spurs manager. If he hadn't managed Spurs, people would be
People wouldn't
talking
care.
about him differently. Why is Almiron a Sporting Lisbon a better target than Poch? You know what I mean?
No,
It's
I
stuff
want
like
Poch.
that.
I like Poch.
But the thing is this, I think it's Nagelsmann. I think it's set up to be Nagelsmann. Enrique's free and available now. Do you know
Yes.
what I mean? He's free
How
and
you can-
available
like-
now.
Yeah,
If you're
but that
paying-
doesn't matter. Yeah, but Andrew, it
Yes,
doesn't
it does
matter if it's
matter
free.
because if they listen, if they wanted Enrique, they would have got him right now. He's
Especially
free.
after 3 or 4
No.
games after
No.
with Lampard. After 4
No,
games with
no, I
Lampard.
disagree. I disagree.
Okay, so wait a minute. So you
Oh,
say
yeah.
me, right? Hang on. Let's get this right.
That's
We
fine.
got-
That's fine.
We got
That's fine.
Vavel. We got Vavel and that, who know football. We got Vavel and that who know football, who run football clubs and stuff like that. You seriously, they would go. Do you know what? Let's keep
My
Lampard
guy,
for 2 months and vet Enrique even more.
Yeah.
Even though you know what I mean, stuff like that. Let's not wait. Let's not do like a 4-week process on Enrique and hire him for like or announce him for the end of the season. No, let's keep Lampard in over Enrique. Yeah, is that what we were saying?
No.
They don't
Andrew,
want Enrique.
This is where Andrew. This is where you're wrong, right? This is where you're wrong. The point is, it's not about would you rather have Enrique over Lampard. The point is, Lampard just
I never
here.
said that.
No,
He never said that. I don't know.
no. But the point is, right, that Lampard is just here to get us through the season. It doesn't matter. You really want a fresh manager?
Oh, he's not here to regulate us. I thought he was here to get us regulated.
Yeah,
no,
I
he's
thought
not
to
going
galvanize.
No, he's just here because someone has to do it, right? We might as well put Lewis there, right? Someone has to do it.
Relegation fodder.
No. We're not getting relegated. Don't worry. The point is, even if Naglesmann or Enrique was a favorite, or say Enrique was a favorite and he's available now, it doesn't mean you get him in now. You still have to look at the other options and narrow it down and realize and reevaluate the situation and make sure that Enrique is the number one option. There's no point in rushing it.
So
There's no point. You have to go into the summer, narrow down
haven't-
the squad, and to see who we're signing, who's we're getting rid of. Not signing because
When's the Champions League finals? He had what date is it?
10th
I
of
don't
June.
know, like May or June. I don't know.
10th of June.
June.
Okay, what happens after? What happens after the? Hang on, let me finish. What happens after the
Scotland's
Champions
here,
League?
I'm fucked,
What
man.
happens after the Champions League final?
Friendly games, international games.
Yeah, international games that finish near end of June, July. Then what happens? The players go on holiday, right? We know 2 or 3 weeks, yeah, maybe up to a month. Some of them. We're going on tour.
No, they go on. The friendly games are not before, not after.
Friendlies are not after the World Cup.
After the
Champions League.
vacation.
There's a
Vacation.
break
They are.
before
They're
the
after.
friendly.
They're
They're
literally
after,
international
bro.
games after the Champions League final, guys. Do the fixtures and go and Google. You can see it like that.
Then 15th of June.
Right.
15th of June is that release.
And then
for the next season fixture.
and then the players take their holiday, right? And then we're
Yes.
supposed to do a tour and have I don't know how many games up there. The season starts
20
August the 12th.
19 July till 25th.
Yeah,
At least.
thank you very much, Rata. So we don't have a lot in the preseason again to get someone in who's already going on a bloated squad. We have no idea what he wants. They might have had discussions before that. I give and take that. But he's not seen them in training and how they do and
Jimmy,
stuff like
you got a
that.
big round
But you don't want to
question.
get anyone in now. You want to wait another nearly 8 weeks before they can actually properly look at
I
their
don't think
squad.
he can see
That's
big
why
round
you
because
get in
he's
someone
on,
now, even if they don't take over.
home.
You get them in now so they can evaluate the entire squad right now. That's why you get them in. Not to run the games, you get them in.
Yeah, but
Because
this is the point, Andrew.
He's
Because
right.
like I was saying about the Ziyech thing, there's no point of a manager coming in and evaluating the squad in terms of what we have now. When even if the manager wants to keep certain players, the board are certain they're leaving. So it's a waste of time. There's no point.
No,
of
waste
booking
of
in.
time.
No. There's
not
a
a waste
two
of
different
time
things.
whatsoever.
Yeah, I want Ziyech.
I think you're missing a completely point.
When all three of them are going to leave.
I think you misinterpreted.
Who says Koulibaly's leaving? No one
I'm
says
giving an
Koulibaly's
example.
leaving.
It's an example.
No, why you give an example of Koulibaly when you should actually give an example of your own boy? How board can actually talking about anybody else if the player requests to quit the team before even new manager comes in?
Listen. That's not the point. The point is he's going to leave. The players are going to leave.
Yes, that's your problem. The player can leave without knowing. If player requested to leave, it doesn't matter. He wants to leave not because of the manager or anything. He wants to leave because he wants to leave.
So let me ask you this then. Alex. If Enrique came in and Enrique told Ziyech, I want you to say be a part of my plans, you think he's going to still want to leave on 100k a week where he's going to get nowhere else in other club?
He's wanted to leave twice in the last 2 transfer windows.
Because the manager's not wanted him.
To the
Andrew.
wall.
What are you talking about? He's wanted to leave twice. in
Because the
last 2
manager's not
transfer
wanted him. So
He was in the opposite.
Hold on a second. Let me
The only
reverse
reason he didn't
question
leave
to
was
you.
because his transfer was in the spam folder, bro. Like,
no, okay,
No,
my
Habibi,
part
let
of
me
my
ask you a question.
Is
Let me ask
Enrique
you a
wants
question.
him?
Ziyech.
No,
Ziyech,
fight me
let me
today,
ask
bro.
you a question. You ask, what if what's his name is gonna be
Enrique,
yeah. If Enrique would like
Ziyech, Habibi, yeah,
hold on a second, I'll be back.
yeah. See, listen, he got scared and ran away. The point is, right? If Enrique came in and told Ziyech, I want you to stay, you're going to be part of my plans on 100 grand a week, where he's not going to get that money anywhere else, you still think he would want to leave? BS.
Yo, if
BS.
Enrique came in and said he wanted to keep Ziyech, they
I want
should fire
Enrique
him
to leave.
immediately.
Yeah.
They should fire him immediately.
Nah, I'll fire you, bro.
That's why he's not getting the job, Jimmy. It's because he wants to keep Ziyech in the reports.
Exactly.
But,
the fuck out of here.
which is part of the point, Andrew, which is irrelevant for the manager to come in now.
No, it's not
Get
irrelevant
Ziyech
whatsoever.
out my
It's not
club.
relevant whatsoever. I don't.
Get
I
Jimmy
don't.
out my club.
Did you misheard what I said?
Have it right, yeah. Get Ziyech out the
Our
club.
pre-season is so
Just have it
short.
right.
Why are you sounding
Yeah.
like minerals now?
It's so short. Our pre-season,
Oh,
right?
no, that ain't
You
my
want
thing,
this
yeah.
guy coming in like July the 1st when he's got like 4 weeks or something to get a squad together. That we don't know if we can sell everyone. By the way, because remember, other clubs know our predicament, which mean they will lowball offers for our players and stuff like that. So I'm not even saying take over. You're mishearing. I'm saying just evaluate. Just come in and evaluate. Just announce it and evaluate. You can evaluate by watching them train and watching them perform.
But I understand. I agree with that. But at the same time, it's right in the way they're doing in terms of they're not rushing a manager. They're making sure the person they pick is the right one. Hence why we've got about 4 options and we're interviewing all
Well,
of them.
you can evaluate and do something. You can evaluate a new manager and get new manager within 4 weeks. We got Tuchel in less than 24 hours. You know what I mean?
There wasn't other options, was there?
So let me ask you a
You
question
reckon there weren't any other
real quick.
options at that
Ziad.
time? All right.
When you said Enrique, what if Enrique says I like Ziyech, he can stay, and where'd you get the idea that all of a sudden Ziyech will change his mind?
No, well, because you got to look at why Ziyech wanted to leave, right? He wasn't getting game time, and he was being treated like shit. So when he then a manager
That's
comes
what
in,
you're saying.
No, that's a
not
fact.
what
That's
he's
a
saying.
fact. It's a
But
fact.
he wasn't being treated like shit.
No, but it was a fact. It was a fact. It's
What
a
do you
fact.
mean by getting treated like shit?
No, Lewis agrees with me. It's a fact. He got treated
What?
like shit.
Just
right?
say no to whatever he says. Just say no.
No.
Yeah,
He said
it's
yes.
like
he said
he
yes.
says
Say
that
no.
you
So
support
the point
his theory.
is, he wants to leave, right? But if a manager comes in and tells him, I want you to play part of my team on 100 grand a week, where he's most likely not going to get in any other club he goes to, unless it's him or his agent does a mad thing, he's going to stay. I'll bet you a good amount of money on that.
Or he can go to PSG.
You
with
don't
Boy,
have no
teammate.
money. You broke.
It's
Shut
haram to
up,
bet
man.
anyway, so it's okay. I work that way, broke and haram, so it's okay.
Yeah,
problem.
don't say about haram when you
It's
part timer.
haram. It's haram.
Wait, what's that? What's that thing? HTW edits. Put it on screen, Lewis, please.
HTW edits. What's going on here?
Chelsea hope to announce their permanent coach before the end of the season. Lampard will be in charge for the rest of the campaign.
All I'm saying.
Done.
All I'm saying, that's what we're saying, and you've been crying thinking that there's a chance he's gonna stay.
No.
Yeah, Scott.
You-
Oh, so
Yeah,
you're
Andrew.
gonna announce- they're gonna
Yeah,
announce
Andrew.
the people.
Yeah, Scott. It's not even
but,
here.
hang on. I was also told, and Lewis, I'll need to apologise again. It won't get any worse, right, Lewis? Yeah, won't get any worse. Yeah.
It
We've
didn't
got
get any
Lampard.
worse. We're still losing the games, man.
Yeah.
What's
Louis,
the
don't run off the
I
screen,
don't
bro.
understand. What's the worst part? We're
Look,
still
you're
losing
not
the
hot in
game.
that car, bro.
Nah, bro, we fucking got worse. Cut it out.
Jimmy,
We
you
got
explain to him because me
We
and
got
Alex
way-
found
we got
out
way
all the
worse.
time, man.
I
can't.
don't recall those last comments. I don't.
Whatever, man. Yeah, show up on screen, bro.
We got worse.
I don't recall the last comment as well.
You could shut up as well, man.
Hey,
Oh, Pa, it's not
I'm in
your
Madrid,
fault.
man.
It's not
I'm in
your fault,
Madrid.
Pa. It's not your fault.
I did
It's the
delete that
players.
video. Don't worry about that.
It's
It's
not
the
your fault.
players.
Even our mentality.
It is
got
the
worse.
players. It is the players. It is the players.
No, actually, it is the players. They
There was
fucking
Potter
suck.
too. It was Potter too.
Yeah, I'm blaming Mo. Hey, these players fucking suck. But let's not get it wrong. Let's get it right. Let's have it right. Frank
Have it
Lampard
right.
is the fucking worst.
He managed to outdo Potter in 4
Yes, he
games,
did.
bro.
Yes,
That
the
takes
fuck he
effort.
did. I
You
couldn't
don't-
believe it, but he did it.
I think
It doesn't
people
even matter
forget-
about moving 10 to
I think-
11.
I think
They
people
got
forget
always
how
worse.
we used to play before the those 3 good performances from Paraguay.
No, we
People
ain't forget. We just know it wasn't
People
this bad.
forget
I
the
don't care.
Southampton. People forget
Nah,
when we
wasn't
played
this bad.
against.
Southampton was ages ago, man.
No,
Well,
they
this is
were
ages
bad,
ago, man.
but we weren't conceding as many shots.
This was,
Yeah, man.
This is worse.
Hammered.
I don't care
This
if
is
it. I
worse.
don't, we moved 10 to 11.
We
that's
weren't
fine,
even
but the
performing that
football's
bad on the
worse.
we weren't even performing that bad on the
We were
football.
shit
We're
under
still-
Potter.
Seriously, people forget how we played before this, man.
No, I think you forget
Alex,
how
I'm
bad
sorry.
Lampard
It's
is.
worse.
That's what you forget.
It's worse, Alex.
Yeah, big up going
I
and
mean, it's
saying
not.
Lewis.
I'm saying
explaining
it's about same thing. If it's maybe like slightly worse, I'm not changing my mind that Frank Lampard is still bad coach, just as bad as Potter.
No, Lampard's the worst coach.
He's worse.
He's worse.
Big up to GoAM saying Lewis explaining that poddy video is going to play out just like Astrid explaining her vids to her grandkids. Fucking
Oh
crazy.
my god.
Fair enough. Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah, hold on.
Yes. Put Astrid under the bus. Yes, go. I like this.
You
I
just
said
upset
hold
you're
now.
not
I
in
want
any
assist
of
with
those
his right
videos,
foot,
man.
that is for Ziyech.
No, I like it. Look.
You're upset because you're not in those videos, man.
No,
That's
you know what? I like that though. Astrid slander. Fuck yeah.
I'm upset that you cut that video before I said sell Havertz. That would have been a much better message.
Oh, he done you. Oh no.
You managed to keep the bar in, but you fucking cut out the Havertz part.
Yeah. Shame on you, Fatter, man. Shame on you. Fox News editing at its finest, right, Fatter? That's what it is.
I did delete that. By the way, but okay.
if Fatura is Fox, you is CNN, then.
No, he's BBC News.
I swear, man, since
you-
Elon Musk took over the Twitter, I'm the biggest fan of Elon Musk. I seriously
if
did.
if I could find you in
The level of trolling from that billionaire, it's so the best with CB with Canada. Oh my word, that's like, oh, how you can call us the government news when we are 69? We're always 69, sponsored by the government. And he's like, okay, I'll change it. 69% government-owned news on Twitter, man. This is the best trolling I've ever seen in my life, man. I love Elon Musk after the Twitter, man. I love Elon Musk after Twitter. Maybe he should have bought us.
Elon Musk is a cunt.
What the fuck?
You got my Twitter account back, so I'll back him. I'll back him.
Fuck
That's
him.
it.
A rich person with all that money and he trolling people. Go get a fuck. Go do something. But you got a rocket. Go blast.
Francesca, because he's shit.
Rocket up his ass.
Thank you.
Kaya versus the best. Oh no. So good.
Big up everybody that's in here and everything. Keep hitting the like button, subscribing, all the and Ziyad one assist with his right foot. That is for Ziyech.
Bro, he actually put a good cross in his right foot, man, when he came on against.
Just
what's that
why
name?
what an assist, period, man.
Why are we talking about? Why are we talking about a guy who's not going to be?
Is that Scott? Scott, what happened?
Yes, it is.
Scotty boy,
What do you mean?
what
What
happened?
Oh, Ziyad,
What happened to your name and that, bro? What's going on? Is that
Yeah, vibe.
Scott?
Yeah, it's De Zerbi.
Nah,
It's De Zerbi's signing, bro.
Fuck
It's
my
vibe.
life.
That's what I was promised.
No, stop. Please don't tell me you
Vibe.
actually want De Zerbi as our next manager.
Do I fuck? I put this after the Brighton game.
Thank God. Thank God, bro. Oh my.
Yeah, he's on loan to Brighton.
Oh, I thought you wanted him as our next manager, bro.
I'm on a trolling thing till the end of the season. That's all it is.
No, I genuinely thought you wanted him as our next manager. I was like, you know what?
I wouldn't mind him, but
but you have a problem with that.
What do you mean you wouldn't mind him? Our players are gonna walk. Ziyech is gonna.
Yeah,
go
I'm not stepping on the
like,
same
who the fuck
stick
is that
again.
guy, bro? No one's gonna know who
Scott.
he is.
I was going to say, like, obviously that, yeah, you got the problem with Brighton, but like as a manager, I would not mind him. The
Trying to be getting
Brighton
burned twice.
issue, but
Yeah,
again,
it's sad that
There is a
irrelevant.
PTSD from the Brighton managers, man.
that's 100%.
Even though one is not the same as the other, but
Players won't know who he is. He's irrelevant.
Well, Mudryk does.
Like that's I hate that argument so fucking much. Like,
But it's true though.
what do
It's not
y'all believe the news that Sun recently posted that Todd Bowley fired Tuchel because Todd Bowley wanted to show somebody somebody the
Got some kids around the stadium at half time.
yeah.
The Sun's got to be the worst.
Alex, this came out 7 months after all that.
I was
Like,
also saying,
really?
why now?
The Sun is
Sun-
the
Why
worst.
It's the
now?
worst newspaper.
You
in
might as well
England.
trust the moon.
Also, but I also wouldn't blame Thomas Tuchel for taking the whole team in at halftime, pissed off with their performance against West Ham. I see Todd Boehly rocking with 5 children. It's like, hey, you guys want to come meet the players? I'd be fuming too. I'd be fucking fuming if it was true.
But he
I
needs
don't
to, he needed to clear his the table anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's
It's,
lines that the
Credit
PG-13.
Credit card. No.
Quickly, sniff up, quick. Kids are coming.
You know what LeBron James is doing with the powder when before the game? Probably.
LeBron.
I wish he would do that.
Yeah, can we talk about Alex Goldberg and his stinking agenda?
No.
I don't even know who Alex Goldberg is, but
You want an agenda?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know. Yeah.
Yo, Scott, what's your opinion? What's your opinion on his
Fuck
agenda?
Alex Goldberg. There's my opinion. Fuck Alex Goldberg.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate those comments, bro.
You're welcome. That's all we need
what's
to say.
your
about
opinion on Ziyad, Scott?
Fuck Ziyad, man.
Yeah, what the fuck?
set you
Alex
up pretty
knew
well,
what he was
did you?
doing there. That was such a softball Alex threw up, man. That was such
a
it's a proper setup.
That was like Ziyech to promise, man. Ziyech to promise. What a goal, man.
Yeah, promise me you'll leave, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. I got a new habit, man. Look at the new Instagram profile.
Speaking of leaving, though, what's you guys' thoughts on the whole Mason Mounts restarting talk? And there's still a big gap, and they're probably going to leave.
Proper Chelsea.
Arsenal's now interested.
He walks around the pitch and claps the fans, man. Proper Chelsea.
I think, like you said earlier, Lewis, I think that's why he's deleted his Twitter account, because he knows the move is going to go through anything.
Oh, yeah. Do you think like he's been driven out of Twitter because of all of the?
Can I just ask? What is so hard? What is so hard about pressing the mute button and the block button on Twitter? Do you know what I mean? I don't understand.
Yeah, he should ask his #1 fan. He does
exactly. Yeah.
The guy literally leaving Twitter because he knows that he's about to leave Chelsea and he will get.
Wait, is that what you really think?
I imagine he comes back after the Liverpool move.
I can't tell if you guys are joking or being serious.
No, I still think he's staying.
Nah, he's gone.
Can I ask why would he choose now to do it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
why
exactly.
Not a month ago?
Way more
because he's a little bitch. He can't handle the hate.
People aren't even talking about him too tough.
Yeah, he's not. He's hardly playing.
I was going to say.
He's hardly playing. You know what I mean?
Go to the comments. See who commented.
No one.
No one.
Johnny. What little bitch?
What's the quote tweet saying?
You scumbag.
Like that literally, I was going to say, this is literally it. Like you said, the only thing that makes sense is the timing. The only thing that makes sense is because of the timing, is because of all the changes that are being made.
Exactly. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Like, I've seen other celebrities come out and say the exact. I've seen other celebrities, by the way, come out and say the exact same thing. So they're thinking of coming off Twitter because of it. Like, people talking about like, oh, it's because he's bullied.
Oh, you're not gonna be on Johnny's #1 fan after this, Lewis, for putting up those kind of things.
Fuck Johnny.
Lewis, I can't lie.
Oh no. Anyway. Mad.
Mason Mount.
I would still
Mason
like Mount
Mount
personally, but I'm fine.
Oh, that's me.
Mason Mount.
24-year-old, he'd be a good squad player, but
fucking hell, bro.
He's not fucking Frank Lampard like something.
Who really cares about all this, you know?
This is mad gift, man.
These I can't like gifts are like one of the best things ever created, man.
I'm telling you, but what's his name? I still think Liverpool gonna do well with him. But
yeah, he'll suit Klopp's midfield because he's a fucking runner.
Yep.
Oh well. Goodbye, Mace. Oh well.
I still think he will change his mind at the end of it when they announce the new manager.
No,
I don't know. It was reported that they opened talks again after the UCL exit.
Yeah, but it's said that we opened talks to, and we've been talking about Mount for the past year.
I can't.
They're going to stop talks until the end of the UCL, right?
Hold on a second. Let me ask you: do you think he's gonna fix the transfer fee and the first day of the opening window?
I swear they were meant to be trying to get rid of him before July, potentially.
Well, Mount to Liverpool will be announced pretty soon into the window.
I was going to say the biggest thing is why I think he's leaving is not from the club end necessarily. It's from his end of like, I just think because like they are going to, if he does not sign a new contract, he's gone because they are doing this thing where they're not letting people leave for free. We saw that with Jorginho.
Yeah,
They sold him as soon as they could because they weren't going to offer him a new contract. So the next offer they got, they just sold him. So if Mount does not re-sign, if Mount does not re-sign, he's gone. And I don't think he's going to re-sign because I think his wage demand.
The reason what I'm saying, he will resign after.
Is it his wage
That's
demand,
the
though,
reason
Scott,
why
or is
he
it the
will
length?
return.
Of the
I don't think
whatever it is about the wage, I don't think he's going to back down.
Exactly. He's
I
not
don't
gonna
think
budge.
it's the wage in the first place.
Fair enough. That's why I reworded what I meant. Like,
Of
whatever
course, the wage has got something to do with it. Let's
Okay,
not
you
let's
can
not
believe
be
whatever you
no,
want.
I
David.
think
You
it's the
can
length
believe
of
whatever I believe.
Whatever the stumbling block is,
No, Alex.
his end, I don't believe it's going to be fixed, which means he will be sold.
It's not all of a sudden going to change now, this far in. I actually think it's just very similar to the
If you
Christensen
believed
situation.
all those rumors
where-
before, yes. For you, it's too big of a gap to try. I didn't believe those rumors in the first place.
So what do you think is the whole, like where's the impasse, right?
It's the
and why do you
7-year.
think
it's the 7-year
and-
contract that
and
Chelsea
you
trying
think
to
the
do
club
before
is
the
going to
windows
change?
open. Do you hear me?
And you think that's what I'm saying, Alex. I'm trying to figure out where
I'm
you
saying
think.
maybe the club will change the position from 7 years to offer him 3 years or 4 years.
Based on the fact they just they took the option to make Enzo Fernandez's contract a 10-year contract.
Yeah, because they had the option with Mount. They don't have an option.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like they may just not think that he's that like they. Yeah, they may just not want to.
You
Like, what I'm
keep
saying,
saying. I know,
what I'm
Scott,
saying,
what
they
you're
may
saying,
not
but you
want
keep
to
saying that
lower
they think. There's no thinking going on. There was one possibility that they wanted to do before before the UCL changes the rules, and they tried because Mount is a young player. Mount refused to do that, so it's up to club if the club will change the policy, change the thing about him going on the 7 whatever years, or stay or to 4 year, and then we will talk about it.
But they can still do that multi-year thing, right?
Yeah, it's
still
just FFP thing. But that's the reason why they do it, isn't it, Moya?
Right. I thought you were saying that like they try to do the 7-year thing because they had an opportunity before January, and now that's gone, and so they have to
not
budge.
before January, before the
right,
summer,
before the summer.
when UCL changes.
Right.
After that, they will not have that option, so they're gonna approach him as the regular player with no 7-year contracts or 8. They are gonna approach him with 4-year contract. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then by that point, he would have already had to make his mind up. He'd had to have left.
Oh my word! You're talking about the football player's mind.
But like that's the club too. The club is gonna sell him this summer if he's not gonna re-sign. And by that point, they can't do this multi-year thing anymore. I guess I'm confused. Is anyone else confused?
I was going to say this.
I'm confused why you don't think that the wages are coming into it either. The wages.
No, but I was going to say this isn't on the club's end. Like this is on Mount's end.
It is on the club's end.
No, but the club have made their stance very clear about what they want, what they are offering, and Mount has refused those offers. Like, the club seem when they have something
believe
on their
it's money. I believe it's years. That's
it.
No,
Alex, I'm not talking about money.
I'm saying
I'm talking about the contract in general.
Nobody ask you what you're saying, Andrew.
We have seen with these owners, like whether you agree with it or not, like they are when they make a decision, they stick to it. When they are set on something, they stick to it. Like for the most part, when it comes to contracts and etc.
Look at this Don Farah saying nobody wants 7-year contract. Oh my God, Felix is brainless football player ever. Signed a 10-year contract.
If Mount doesn't budge, then the owners ain't going to budge. So he's then gone.
Yeah,
like most of where the budging has to come is on Mount.
That's the thing. That's another part that people don't understand. We changed from the position we don't need Mount. We could change the position we need Mount based on where we finish and what kind of money comes at the club in the summer.
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's what we're gonna see at the end of it.
Yeah, that's your opinion. That's fair. I mean, it's not. It's not.
I'm not saying it's like, there is a newspapers to back it up. From the position number 1, I don't trust the newspapers. For fuck's sake, Ben Jacob call himself a reporter.
I think
Pies steals my news and then says that it's my own. But when somebody took it, he's all of a sudden mad. Why
But
you
Alex-
didn't add me?
But Alex, what
But-
I can challenge, hold up, what I can challenge with what you're saying is, based on our needs in the summer, if we need to, like for FFP, right, we might have to change our minds. Well, he's a youth academy, right?
Yeah,
So
is
we
he the
get
only one?
but we get instant profit, and he's a player who he's
And
a
I
player who
ask you,
doesn't
is
want to
he's the
sign.
only one?
He's not the only one, but he's going to be one of the few
the most
players that
profitable.
makes 100% sense to sell, and he
The
doesn't
other-
want to sign.
You're forcing it. You're forcing
How
it,
am I
Moya.
forcing it? I'm not forcing
You're
it.
forcing
The
it
other
because you're
thing
saying
actually-
like he's the only one that can fix our FFP.
No, he's
the
not.
only one.
He's absolutely
So-
not. But he
well,
makes sense.
so
He's one of the
say
few.
that and then go.
Did
with
I say
that-
he's the
with that
only?
story.
He's the only one
No,
on a
but you-
1-year contract that we can sell. So yeah,
Okay,
he's the only
okay.
one.
Let's
He's the only
rephrase
one.
it this way. He is the biggest fix of any youth player we have in terms
Yeah.
of the most money we'll get.
You
From
get
any
60,
youth player
70
will be
million
getting.
straight for him.
I don't think
Also,
he's
the
gonna
other
get
thing-
more
the other
than
thing that I can
Gallagher.
think
Hold on a
about, by the
second.
way, and this is where wage 100% comes into it. Do you remember with all the other contracts we've signed so far, that wage decrease that comes about because we don't make the Champions League?
Exactly.
My
That's why they
point
want to get
is-
him
So
on that model.
I
if
think
he
people
doesn't accept that wage decrease, then they're not going to offer him what he wants with wages if he's not going to get a
I
decrease
guess
with
we'll
us
see
being
at
out
the
the
end.
Champions
I'm
League.
just looking at it from the different angle. I can understand your point of us getting rid of players of caliber of Mount before the when we are still in the conversation for getting the Champions League or even European money. We're not in it either of them. So my point is, before you're saying that, we still have, for example, people people don't think about only like how to fix FFP. We have a bigger problem than FFP currently at Chelsea, and it's called too many players. That is bigger than FFP. People don't realize, but we do have an overinflated squad, way too big. And that's bigger problem for Chelsea than FFP. You know how big? Because for the past 3 managers, they all complain that you have too big of a squad. We don't know what to do with them. Do you realize that?
Wait a minute. Tuchel never said that. What are you talking about? Tuchel never said
Tuchel
about
never
the squad
said that.
overflow. No, he never said
Tuchel,
it. Where
this is
that?
one of his first press conference. He said, I didn't even know Chelsea is that big. Remember when first training session, all those players came from loan?
Oh, but then we moved them out, the loan. So he's not like Potter where we bought like 8 players in or 17 players in and not moved anyone out. That was totally different. He was saying about loan. We got rid of that. We loaned those players out again. That's totally different. than what we
talking
bought.
about available
Do you hear
squad
reports that the
players.
people don't even fit in the dressing room?
This whole thing, though,
Right, but that didn't
it's
happen
like-
during Tuchel.
Anyway,
happened in both.
this is
We
what I
can't
believe.
debate
This is
any
what
of
I
this.
believe. For Chelsea, is the bigger problem to get rid of all those players than just Mount.
No, it goes
Why-
into.
but why can't Mount
Mount's
be included
situation.
in that?
The Mount
Exactly.
situation.
I'm not
covers
saying
both.
he shouldn't. I'm just saying the changes of the position us on the table could change that view. And he could
and
potentially
that
get
changes in the
Look, let
the
me,
wages.
again.
But
Again, no. Again, you people forget it. We still need to buy players in the midfield, right?
Right.
Yes.
Which he doesn't play well in. Next.
No,
Okay.
Alex, you're looking at this the
point.
wrong
I'll
way in
wait
terms
until
of
then.
what you're
Well,
saying,
I'll
by the
wait
way, in
until
terms
summer
of the
is over.
Champions League for the money is right. But that makes it more likely that he gets
that
sold.
he's going to leave.
Exactly, yeah.
That makes it more likely he gets sold if
I'll tell
we're
you
out
another
of
one
the
we're going to
Champions
sell as
League.
well is
Because the less
Maximin.
money we get, the more money you have to make from player sales. Again, we go back to it. Bar James, as I
No.
saw someone mention, but he is
No,
our
that
best.
doesn't. That's Scott.
one of the
That's
best players
hold on a
we've seen.
second. On the point that you just said, yes, we need the seller players to even up FFP, right?
Mhm.
But do we need to buy players in the summer at the same time?
Yes.
Mhm.
So what are we going to do then?
So
But he
ergo-
doesn't.
So again, as I was going to say, ergo, you need to make the most money from player sales as possible. Which Mount is one of the players that's going to make as much money for the club as possible with selling him.
To then get those players you need, and Mount is not
So
a profile we
every
need
point you're making
Look,
in the
can,
midfield.
like makes it more likely. It's just showing it's more likely Mount's going to leave than he's going to stay.
It's because your view is for him to go That's why you look at it from the more likely.
No,
I'm
but Alex,
looking at-
I'm not biased against Mount. I'm just trying to understand your logic of why we think that we're going to need to keep him because of FFP issues, because we're not in Champions League. I'm trying to actually understand what you're trying to say, because if we're
I'm
not in
trying to
Champions,
understand that. You see, I'm not critical on Mount like Scott is. I think he has his ability in the midfield with the proper instruction and everything. He's still a young player. He's
I
not the
agree.
worst midfielder out there. But to
agree.
buy that kind of midfielder, how much you going to spend to buy ever? Like, let's say 60, 70?
No, 35 for Kone.
Yeah.
I say,
Kone,
to buy what
German.
kind of
There we go.
midfield? Are we talking a
35 to
replacement
35
for
for
Mount?
Kone. There we go.
I mean, look, President Jafar, everybody has their own opinion. I just think from the different ways, saving money by giving him contract versus buying the new midfielder. That's all it is.
No, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
I think that-
fit in the midfield.
Yeah, he
He
doesn't.
doesn't fit in the midfield.
That's fine. That's fine.
don't
That's what
understand-
you believe. That
No,
we'll
no,
see.
the type of midfielder.
I just
all
think that the
reports about
conversation
midfielder
with
we're
Mount
looking
is
to
not
buy
over
is
yet.
a DM.
See,
Right.
All reports is a DM. He's not a DM. Like, this doesn't make sense.
that's what we need to add in the midfield. So even if we lose a play like Mount, we're not. I don't
not
understand what the
replacing
issue
him.
is.
I'm
the
actually
DM.
okay with him leaving. That's not what I'm trying to. I'm saying that based on how the transfer, how you say it, there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger picture than just Mount at Chelsea. That's all I'm saying. You have to get rid of so many players, and it will fulfill your FFPs because we have Robin Loftus-Cheek. We're gonna have. He will be forced to sell. You see what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Like, but
Mount is at near the top of that list.
He's one of the easier ones to sell, and he doesn't want to resign, so
That,
he has
like,
to go.
that's-
Kind of.
yeah,
That's
that's
the
what
thing,
I'm
like, we
saying.
100%
That's what
agree
I'm.
with
For example, let me ask you: if Chelsea will actually somehow get close to the Mount's demands, do you think Mount will still leave?
Wait,
don't
say
know.
it again. If who meets his
the
demands?
Chelsea will give him an offer close to Mount's demands, will Mount leave?
Depends if he signs a
Probably
contract.
not.
You see what I'm saying?
But we aren't willing to give him close to his demands
how
so
do
far.
you know that?
So far, because it
So
hasn't
far,
happened.
yes.
Right. So what makes you think
Based
it's going to
on-
change
based on
after
some
months of
what-
negotiations?
Look, it's basically what you believe, and that's what you believe. Good for you. I just don't believe it's about the money.
I'm like
That's
you,
all.
Alex. I like Mount. I do, honestly,
But
I do. But I
I'm
think
not
he's gone.
saying don't
He's
put
gone.
If you
those
think
things
it's
on
not,
me.
if you
But
think the money's
Alex-
got nothing to do with it, you are showing incredible naivety.
But,
Incredible.
but
naivety.
actually, Alex, I don't even think it's completely about the money either. I think it's more about other things than it is about the money. But but it's a moot point. It doesn't matter. The point is they haven't been able to agree up to this point, and it doesn't look
Okay.
like that's gonna budge.
Okay.
Whether it's money or it's other things, the years, whether it's rights, whatever. They haven't been able to agree, and it doesn't look like either side is gonna budge. And what's pretty clear is the club doesn't want him sitting around when he has only 1 year left. They're gonna have to get rid of him.
I agree with you on that, but the changes. I think the club, at the position the club is right now, as no Champions League with all that, is slightly different than you in the position of that.
You think we're in a weaker position because we don't
Okay.
have Champions League,
Yes,
and so we have to
yes.
keep him?
No. It's because all those players that people are saying maybe will not be considered for that position at the job to sign for Chelsea, and we're gonna have to find the players to buy. That's it. I mean, it's just my opinion, guys. It's not like I'm trying to. First of all, don't put on me that like, oh, Alex is a Mount lover.
Oh, big news. Nagelsmann's out of the race. Nagelsmann done out. No to Nagelsmann.
Is that from Frab?
Where? Like,
Your dagger.
Wait.
No way.
Nagelsmann is now
No
withdrawn
way.
from the race to become the new Chelsea
Okay,
coach.
So he
hang on.
withdrew.
Fuck's
So
sake,
he
man.
withdrew.
hey, remember the conversation? I'm gonna say it now. Remember the fucking
I remember what you
conversations we were
said.
having. Remember the conversations we were having about they need to do this quickly, about the timing, about how the Frank Lampard thing, all of this conversations. Remember those? Oh, it's fine with an interim. Hey, respectfully to all you motherfuckers, fucking hold that.
Now we're
I
oh,
think
so
You
you
Oh,
still,
that
you
was
still
directed
believe
at
that
me.
Lampard is staying?
Oh no, he's not. No, Alex. Let's get correct. Lampard's not staying. My point is, instead of doing things, everyone said, "Oh, they need to wait, take their time, this, that, and the other." whatever. Hey, cool. They waited. Well done.
And now
Back
we've
off
lost
the
an
mic,
option.
man.
No, you know what? Actually, I was okay with us taking the time to make the right decision. However, the number of managers we were going through, the different kinds of managers we were going through, told me that they didn't have already a good idea of what they wanted.
Yeah.
They were
That
just
was
like,
the only-
we'll
yeah, I
just
see
look
what
at
you're saying.
anybody, and that just like.
I wonder if Real Madrid also is a factor as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
Or PSG.
You know what
I say PSG and Real Madrid.
PSG, PSG more likely, honestly.
Just wonder, a bit more settled things. Stuff
I
like
guess-
that.
I guess
You
that
know
means
what? I'm
basically-
okay with Poch. I'm okay
I was
with
going to
Poch.
say,
I'm
it's
okay
now
with
that at this
Poch
point,
too,
it's-
but
This
it's
Poch is
Poch
coming
or
in
nothing
now.
at this point.
But the problem
Poch
is
or
the
nothing.
fans, and I want the owners to now say, who cares, bro? Let's stick with our decision. Who cares about what the fans complain about? That's what I want them to do. That's what I
not what I
want.
want them to do.
Whether we agree with it or not, if this is what they think is right for the club, they need to just stick with it.
I
But
want
I
him
don't
to,
know if that's going to
when
happen.
he's announced, I want him to always walk out of Stamford Bridge with the Stone Cold music and flip it.
That would actually
Oh,
be quite
man.
simple. That would actually be quite
Who does Go AM want then? Yeah.
Go in and wants Mount on his wall. Pause. That's what he wants.
Yeah. Hey,
He wants about
Pochettino,
all
I guess.
over his walls.
He wants
Pochettino,
Kai
yeah.
Havertz and Mount there.
Actually,
Well,
I,
Julian Nagelsmann is done.
Oh, Vic, I called it. I called
I
it.
can't
You're one
believe
of
it.
those people
I
like,
can't
oh,
even-
I said
Big
it.
up
Oh, I
President
was right.
Charles
I was
saying,
right.
TT,
You know how-
if you want to ride, don't ride the white horse. Big up my G. Pete Jervis says, I heard today they're looking at Vincent Company. What's your view on it? Well,
No.
How's that
yet.
any different from Potter?
no, I'll go one further. Moyo, I'll go one further. How's that any different from Lampard?
Yeah.
The first time.
He's had one season. Of
The first time, yeah.
The first time, yeah. Hey, I mean, he's got top mentality, but you know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But this, like, that,
So did
that
Lampard.
again, you're
No,
just
that's what I'm
signing
saying.
someone. You're just
Who
signing
hasn't done
someone based on
anything?
their name. Like, let him have like next season. Let him have that with Burnley. See how that goes before you do anything. Like, just in general, in football terms, with any team. Like,
I think
he's
Rodrigo
had one
said yesterday as
season,
well.
man.
Yeah, Enrique.
It's the type of man that would say to the board, "Look, if you, I don't want this job," and that's looked like
I
what he's done.
can't even lie, by the way. And do you know how funny it is that a week, like they must have interviewed the top two guys supposedly about 4 times, only for them to rule out one and the other one to rule himself out in the space.
Do we
of
go
a
back
week.
for Enrique now?
Do you
Yeah,
know,
the
no,
two
that's
that-
embarrassing. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
Yeah,
by
I know.
the way,
It's like going back to your ex.
but it's not even that. It's going back. It's not your ex. It's going back to the
Speaking
girl that
of
you
going
pied
back,
off.
you
Yeah,
should
bro,
go
it's
back.
like
No.
it's like you pied off a girl at a nightclub, and because you didn't get the girl that looked better, you got to go back to that other girl. Do you know how
Now-
fucking
now-
embarrassing that is?
You know, now I'm looking funny at our board because, like,
Yeah, I am.
this is the whole thing we were
Lewis,
talking
take that
about. It's like,
down.
they were in control. We believe and trusted that they would make the right decision. They were in control of it. Who knows? Maybe it's not a bad thing that Julian's pulled out, and we're still gonna pick the right guy.
Maybe,
But it still
maybe,
seems messy to me.
but
like-
maybe it's just as simple as that. Poch
They've already
came
made
in
a
and
decision.
actually topped Enrique's
Yeah.
and Nagelsmann interview.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
imagine.
Yeah, over the
I'm
last
just
24
saying.
hours, Poch's name is really
I'm
sprung up.
just saying it.
So
right?
it would make
he wasn't-
sense.
He was a week ago. He was like on the outside as a maybe or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't. It was Nagelsmann and Enrique, wasn't it? It was the
Right.
top two, literally, right?
Yes,
But maybe
nice.
they've just come in and even like with the directors, they we just
No.
don't know, do we? We're just
Yeah,
looking like a big
I'm gonna
shit show.
wait. I'm gonna wait and see because
We can't-
if we hear within the next 24, 48 hours that Poch is the guy, then maybe he was the decision that they made already.
And we
Nagelsmann
we
pulled out.
always have to remember. Nagelsmann is still under contract at Bayern. We have
Right.
no idea what that contract is. Do you know what I mean? How much it is to get him out and stuff like that. And maybe they don't
Yeah,
want to do that
plus
as well.
you have to take into consideration as well that you have to pay the the remaining.
Yeah, we
fee.
paid for Potter, didn't we? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like-
and think Barry just got cleared to go, so maybe something happened where they broke down already with Nagelsmann, and they said, okay, there's nothing keeping us, holding on to Barry. You want him, go ahead. We don't have to do this Nagelsmann like negotiation as well. That might have been another thing too.
No, I can't. Oh, this is looking.
All,
wonder
all
Bobby
I'm
was
going to
in
say
Munich.
is, like, with if he comes in, if Pochettino comes in, it remains to be seen. Like he's going to have to hit the ground fucking running, like, straight away. There's going to be no leeway. Like, rightly or
I
wrongly,
think
there's
this
gonna
is
be
going to
no
happen. I
leeway.
think this is just smoke screen. Jose
Yeah,
part
I
three.
still think
Jose part
Nagelsmann-
3, baby. Jose
Yeah.
part
Oh,
three, Alex,
fuck
yeah?
me.
Jose part 3.
It's
Yeah,
not
big up
for it.
President Jafar saying no Nagelsmann, Mourinho part 3. I'd take him.
Yeah.
And Harry says Poch or company it is. Then.
Worse.
Yeah,
People are gunning that Poch now. Suddenly he's looking like the best option.
I can't lie.
Hey,
Can you imagine? By the way, I don't think it's going to happen. I know he's mentioned. Can you imagine if we went for company? If they went no to Enrique, Nagelsmann pulled out, and they went got company.
Don't say that, Scott.
Bro, I'd laugh. I would fucking.
You went for who?
I would die. I'd fucking
Company.
die of laughter.
no, it's not. It's less about the guys we let go of,
using
and
it.
more about oh
Yes,
wow, we
but-
really haven't learned because we're
That's-
doing this again. We're doing this again.
He's been our clear candidate for the job, and then he just decides to pull out like saying it's a mess. It's an absolute mess.
And I
Well,
just
no,
again,
I-
go back to, like, why-
It is not a mess though if we end up hiring Pochettino here soon, because then it's
that's
clear
fair,
that
but, like-
that's the guy we're going for.
Yeah, but then when did they make that choice? Because he's been Nagelsmann's been clearly the first choice.
Yeah,
And,
but,
well,
I mean,
was
that
gonna
can
say,
happen.
What we can see is
Splitting
his decision
So
more than the
you
club's
know
decision.
my
But, like,
theory about Mount turnaround. You, you don't. Oh my
I just, do you know what I don't understand? I know it's mentioned. I
Hey
don't
guys,
understand
back off from the
multiple-
mic. Jesus Christ Almighty! If you want to,
Yeah,
if you
I
love the
was
mic
saying.
that much, then go in a room and do something with it. But turn it on mute for Christ's sake.
Is it-
man.
is that me?
Look, I don't know who it was,
Darth
man,
Vader,
but
man.
I don't know who it was. Yeah, it sounded like Darth Vader with an
Yeah,
asthma attack.
You man
You
said
know,
give me Jim Crow, man.
But like,
Fucking hell.
I still don't understand why you needed multiple rounds of interviews. Like, maybe it's just me. I just don't
No, I
understand.
agree.
Betting
I agree.
process.
I don't know. I
Like-
needed
No,
50
no,
different
wait.
candidates.
I was
who all
going to
play
say,
different
like,
styles.
bro, again, it just shows. I've used this word before. It's just naivety from these owners. It's like just complete naivety this season. I get it, but like, it's
We
when you
don't know at the
surround
moment.
yourself with good people.
If like he has got like an inkling from like his representatives that the Real Madrid job's going to be available in the summer, and he's gone, yeah, fuck Chelsea now. Tell Chelsea I don't want the job. Do you know what I mean? Whereas we could have appointed him a month ago.
There could be a possibility. Well, unless there's nobody knows what's the contract with the
Exactly, right?
What's
We have
the-
no idea. Yeah.
no
I-
idea with the
this-
Bayern situation.
This smells of like too many cooks in the kitchen type of situation. Because Bowley wanted to stick with Potter, but Vivell and them wanted him to go. And like that's fine that they all have different opinions, but there has to be some kind of framework for which they've all agreed they're gonna work along. And even if they have different opinions, they can ultimately make that decision that they all make collectively based on the framework that's already been put in place. But I feel like there is no framework. It's just like one day, one.
Well, but we have no idea. Everyone keeps thinking that Nagelsmann is the first choice of the directors because Vivell's worked for him. But what if Poch's name? What if they're doing, like you say, they're doing the right thing? They might have several choices. There's no point unless they can get a consensus through whatever these meetings are in the interviews. Then that's when they'll all agree on something. But you can't, that's the whole point of the process.
Yeah,
is
that
you weed out who would be best working with what you're trying to do,
right.
and maybe
That's what I
Nagelsmann
hope they're
makes
doing.
sense. Well, that's what I mean. So we can't
But I'm not talking about just this. I'm talking about series of decisions over the past several months.
Yeah, it's not
Well, the
looking
decision,
great.
no, but remember, the decisions were made. Potter was hired without anyone else involved apart from the owners. Okay. Eventually, he was sacked after probably pressure from the infrastructure and the fans together. So the fact that the only thing I can't comprehend is the Lampard one. That's the only thing I can't comprehend in terms of who decided that one, because that's just mad.
Apparently, that was Egbali. And
That's
apparently
what I mean. Egbali,
apparently
that's
they were looking at
Egbali, but both,
Apparently, they were looking at that for at least a month, like from like the middle to the end of February. They were looking at
right.
potentially.
So
picking
that's
up.
just madness in itself. That if they all agreed to that, that's just madness. But I got to say, man, like
Can I
I say,
just point out
Poch,
as well, actually, someone else has pointed out something, and like again, I could go back to it of with Nagelsmann pulling out. This whole thing with Potter makes even less sense. Of like, why didn't you vet this before you sacked Potter? Then, like, that comes across as such a knee-jerk reaction.
because I'm telling you right now.
Why
it was
nobody
it was
asking the question? Why is nobody asking the question? What if Nagelsmann was dragging his feet, waiting for the other positions?
Yeah, that could be it as well. Yeah, and they went because what did we see in this? What did we see in this stream earlier? A message popped up there. Flecker reported they want to announce the manager for the end of the season. Right.
Mhm.
Well, like I said, reports earlier this month, Nagelsmann wants to wait till the summer to decide.
Exactly.
Right?
Definitely.
Why is he not? That's 2 + 2, right? Do you know what I mean? It's like
Like
Yeah,
what
that's a good
Chelsea
point.
what Chelsea supposed to do then? Just
Exactly,
drop
can't wait.
just
can't wait. Yeah, you can't wait, especially if Nagelsmann's got
you
more
can't.
choices. If
Do you
Real
think they
Madrid and
shouldn't
PSG
wait?
come up.
If he asked to wait until summer, you think they should have waited or they shouldn't?
If he's not their number one choice, which obviously clearly it's not because they're interviewing like everyone, then you don't wait, right? If he's then
Yeah,
put, then,
but with
you're
all those, you're right. But with those interviews, everybody keeps saying that he is the number one choice.
okay, but now it's but what I'm saying is this. But this Poch news has really sprung over the last 48 hours, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's
No,
really
he was always in a conversation.
No,
just
not
He
like
wasn't
this.
not this
like
heavily.
He wasn't like this.
not that much, but he was always in
It
a
was
conversation.
a week ago, it's Enrique Nagelsmann, wasn't it? Top two. Even at the start of this week, it was
Yeah.
Enrique Nagelsmann top two, wasn't it? And then Enrique got, I think Monday, wasn't it? Like he was apparently got fallen down the list, and then Nagelsmann. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but remember, Andrew, it was always Enrique Nagelsmann, but then there would always be but then talks are still going on with Poch. Poch was
but it wasn't like heated up like it has been
like
in the last.
No, yes, it definitely heated up.
You know what I mean? It's
few
like when
days.
now it's like literally yesterday or this morning. It was
We're going to
Nagelsmann
full on do a Tottenham where they
versus
ended
Poch.
up with fucking Nuno after about 20 managers rejected them.
But why? But the thing is that I think it's going to be Poch.
It probably will be. I can't lie. I just think if we end up with Poch, it is what it is,
anything
right?
can happen, man. Flipping hell.
I want to
think
hear
Poch-
from the people who don't want Poch. Why?
I
don't
don't want to hear from
Poch
them. I don't want to hear from them.
No,
It is
no,
different.
no. But see, this is the thing.
Benitez 3.0 situation. That's the problem.
No, but it's not.
No,
it's
but he's
not.
better than Benitez.
It's
He's
not.
better than Benitez.
It's not a Benitez.
And also,
Better than Benitez.
And also,
Yeah, he
Poch,
is.
also, Poch never insulted us.
Exactly.
Hold
I think
on a
that's where
second.
that crosses the line.
Where'd
for
you
me.
get the idea that he's better than Benitez?
If you're
I feel-
talking
I feel
now,
what-
then yeah, but
I mean, he hasn't won like Benitez
In any
won,
kind of
so-
conversation.
Benitez
Now or
won.
any kind.
Benitez won 2 league
New
titles with Valencia,
Fabrizio
didn't
tweet: Chelsea want to be 100% sure of their next coach and not having any question marks. The process takes time. Nagelsmann has been in regular contact with Chelsea. The crucial points were never fully agreed. Enrique out of the race. Pochettino.
it's just Poch.
What
It's
fucking
Poch.
roast?
That's fine.
It's
That's
Poch.
fine.
What I was gonna say is like if Poch comes in, I'm fully behind him. I think he's a good manager. Like if people
I
want
think
to,
he's a good manager, but that's not let's
Yeah,
not
if people-
compare him to Benitez, please.
No, like, but the
Fucking
thing that I
hell.
will say is I think that the way that the owners and just the board in general have gone about this has been comical,
I agree, Scott.
in
I
my
agree.
opinion. I think
Why
the way
is it-
they've gone about this has been really comical.
But what are we
I
talking
think
about?
whoever they end up
What part
with,
are we talking
whoever
about
they end up
comical?
with, I'll support. And like, if it's Poch, it is what it is, and like I'll support him. But I do think the way they've gone about this is extreme.
But what part is comical? The process of trying to find the manager, or what?
I think just in
Process.
terms
I
like
think kind of
it's more
process.
because of like with what you said, right, Andrew, in terms of with the report today that came out of them wanting to get it done by the summer or like then before the end of the window, and the
Right.
fact of like with the Nagelsmann thing, if he wants to wait till the summer, like surely there's certain questions that I feel like you should find out straight away in the first interview, and I feel like they haven't done, and I feel like the
Okay,
multiple interviews, it's more stuff has come out. Like I think with the Enrique thing, it's like it feels like all they did was kind of go. The first interview was, "Are you interested in the job? Yeah, okay, cool. We'll bring you back for a second interview." It feels like the questions that should have been asked at the start, it's taken them about 4 interviews to ask those questions. Whereas I feel like
maybe,
it was done at
but
the start.
maybe this was it though. Maybe this was and obviously this is all we're just speculating. But maybe like the guys that Nagelsmann was their first choice, like about that, they'll go, well, let's just see what we can do. And then maybe they like the points not fully agreed. Like I said, maybe they wanted him before the end of the season. He didn't want to commit to that, and they sent him away to think about it again. And he's come back and it's still the same answer. So maybe what they can't fully agree is that they want him to take over or announce before the end of the season that he wants to wait till the summer. And maybe they're giving him like a few days to think about it and see if it changes his mind. And maybe it's just as simple as that they don't want to wait till the summer. Because Alex said like earlier, is that he's got other options, right? PSG and Real Madrid. That's totally cool. I understand why he would want to wait. I totally understand.
Like Chelsea, no Champions League. That could
Right,
be the reason.
It's big, right? It's big and also, like you say,
why would the manager take it down the road? Like, why would I? He's like, I'm a Champions League winner. Why would I consider the job? That we're not even in Europe.
Yeah, maybe yeah. It might be, Alex. It might be as simple as that. We're all into this.
For fuck's sake, if Brendan Rodgers is on any kind of pictures, man,
oh my god,
I swear, man, I'll lose. That will be my drop. That will be my drop.
That would be it. Yeah,
I will be. You.
Yeah.
If you think I'm nasty now, wait until I see that fraud is. I will be losing from day one. It won't be no giving him time. No time.
I agree. Yeah, I agree, Alex. I agree, man. I would expect Fata to hold a big sign when he goes to Stamford Bridge saying Rodgers out, even during the training sessions. I want that. You know what I mean? Even the opening day.
I think with Lampard.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'll shout out to the mic like the guy.
Yeah, cool. You say that. Get you like the Timo thing. Get him out. Rodgers out.
You know what? I might as well just pop on comments half an hour from where I live.
Exactly. Yeah. Tie yourself to the gate and say Rodgers out on the big placard. Tie yourself to the gate. That's what you should do. Rodgers out.
Right, big up Sean Newland saying, "What if Poch goes back to Spurs? Then who is it? He isn't going to go back there.
He doesn't want to go back to Spurs."
President Jafar says, "I wanted Poch after Tuchel. I was shouted down. Hell,
well, sing it loud, President Jafar. Sing it loud, my friend. It's
No, he
happening.
said it. Yeah, I remember.
proud, brother.
And I was saying like I don't have problem with Pochettino as a manager. I have problem with fan base that will turn on him really quickly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the reality of it. It's going to be toxic, unfortunately.
That's the reason I didn't want him, because I don't
some of
think
his fan base, didn't want Tuchel when he arrived as well. It's not going to be.
I didn't, but I didn't for a specific
it's
reason.
It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same as when Poch arrives because of the Spurs connection. But it's funny, isn't it? Because most of the Chelsea fans want, some of the Chelsea fans want Harry Kane.
Redeem team.
Go
ask Jester. Why are you asking me? I wonder what. I'm not his babysitter. What kind of comment is that?
So you don't know what Jester's thinking at this point.
Yeah, how come you don't know, Alex? Come on.
All the Americans.
I thought of another question that doesn't make sense, but
go on, drop that one, then we're gonna bounce.
I wonder what Darko is gonna say. But
wait, where you going?
Do you know what confuses me actually? Like if
Darko didn't see it,
because I feel like if they hire Pochettino, that's not going to be popular with the match-going fans. I feel like, but their whole thing with Lampard was to appease the match-going fans. So I just feel like it's a bit of
It's
honestly, I don't
it's
think
inconsistent.
Honestly, I don't think the match-going fans are going to be that pissed because it's not like Benitez.
What?
Benitez didn't say. Benitez was
it is.
fussing out Chelsea fans, calling Drogba a diver and all sorts.
You know how it is, bro. There were Chelsea fans. There were Chelsea fans that were getting on Sterling before he signed, and he played for City. There'll be Chelsea fans, match-going fans, getting on Pochettino purely because he's a Tottenham manager.
Yeah, that doesn't have nothing to do with this, Scott. Stop saying stuff just to say stuff.
As I said,
people that saying that Sterling, people that didn't want Sterling because Sterling was a bum in their eyes. We can create that many chances. We had football reasons for Sterling. Nothing to do with what we're talking about, Poch.
All I'm thinking is if you don't want Poch because of his Tottenham affiliation, but you want Mourinho back.
Yeah, first of all, why? How about Mourinho go to Tottenham?
Yeah, but Alex, how about us wanting Harry Kane? Why do we want to?
What about Modric?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I certainly want to have like a rational discussion with someone who doesn't want Poch.
I know this guy.
Why people keep saying Pies? Did he steal somebody's?
No, Pies said this part. Crucial points will never fully agree. That's why I've
What is the crucial points exactly? What is the crucial point?
Yeah, we're probably never gonna know.
Are you proper Chelsea?
Yeah, guys, everyone's saying Pies tweet, by the way. This is literally what it says in the tweet up here.
I guess Chelsea fans never wanted Gareth Bale when he was at Spurs as well, right? You just stay for it.
I wouldn't be surprised if not. I wouldn't be. The only reason Naglesmann is not picking Chelsea, it's because the other option for him just opened up.
Yeah, I think Real Madrid.
Yeah, like I said, Real Madrid at the end of the season. Don, what's the name? The last boss, Ancelotti retires from football, and they need the manager.
I think the Champions League finals on his birthday, so he might lift it.
It is.
City, you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
something to retire.
And maybe Real Madrid doesn't think that Real Madrid is going to win the Champions League, so we're going to.
All I know, if you've read if you've seen that Real
guys.
Madrid... online. They want Ancelotti.
Yes, Lewis, where is it?
Yeah, guys, we are gonna have to wrap up though because I've got to head on to Rance's channel. So
Oh, you're a yes man, Lewis. You're a yes
big
man.
up
Where you
everyone
have to go?
that's- I'm on Rance's channel on Twitch. Big up everyone though. Like, subscribe, and wait. Before we do that, who are we raiding? We'll find somebody to raid.
Isn't it the
no one's
place
live.
that you're supposed to go?
I thought
What?
Rooney was live.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go off. But big up everybody. Like, subscribe.